you all so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Kela Trishaan and I make videos on lifestyle, womanhood, and mental health. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and thank you for your support. Okay, so last week I did a video on bad habits that we need to break today. So if you haven't caught that video, I'll link it somewhere up here and go on ahead and check it out. And today I kind of wanted to do the opposite. So I wanted to talk about good habits that we should be working on if we don't already have them underway. We are in quarantine, or we should be, and while we're breaking some of those bad habits, then it's also a good time to incorporate some good habits. So if you're interested or just kind of need some inspiration, go on ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so the first good habit that I want to talk about, and it's something that I am just now really starting to get into, is creating a daily to-do list. So typically what I've read, because I watch a lot of YouTube also, but what I've read and watched is that you should try to create this to-do list at night while you're relaxed, while your mind is fresh. It's a little difficult to do it in the morning, only because sometimes you wake up on edge and just kind of like you're trying to wake up and then figure out what all you need to do. It's better to just kind of have that done the night before. So what I've been doing is creating a list of no more than 3 top priorities, and then I'll list some miscellaneous things that I need to get taken care of. So for example, like today I needed to return a gas card to my old job, which I'll talk about in another video. I needed to record these videos and I need to edit them. So those are my 3 major tasks for today. Now the other task that I have is, cook dinner for a couple of days, do laundry, stuff like that, like things that are important, but things that I don't necessarily have to get done today, or I can kind of play with the time. So just to give you an idea, you want to have just a few things to do every day that are priorities, so you don't end up with a full to-do list that doesn't get done. But when you start to kind of create that habit, it just sets you up for the day. It gives you some structure, so then you know exactly what you need to tackle and you're more likely to get it done, just with the anticipation of checking off each task. So start that today if you haven't already. Okay, so the second good habit that we should be incorporating is writing down our goals. So it's one thing to have like a mental note of what you want to do. If you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to start a business, if you want to get to another position in your job, it's easy to kind of think like, okay, this is what I want to do. It's different when you actually put pen to paper and say, I want to do X, Y, and Z by such and such date. I want to make such and such money by such and such date. Like it kind of makes it real. And you're in a way holding yourself accountable. I think that there is something to be said for just writing it out and being able to see it. It's also good to put the goals like in a place where you will always be able to run into it, whether that be Post-its on your mirror, or some people like to use their phone or like an electronic device, like something that you're always looking at to kind of keep yourself accountable. But I think that that's another good way to keep yourself on track and just kind of give yourself a way to check in. Like if you have it written down, then you can come back ever so often, like how close am I to this goal? Are my daily tasks getting me any closer to this goal? And if they're not, then you know what you need to do to make a change. So you always need to kind of have an idea of where you want to go, so then you know how to get there, or at least be able to build a plan to get there. So start creating a goal list if you have not already. Okay, so number 3, this kind of ties in with number 2, as far as writing out your goals. Number 3, I would say, is start doing things that scare you. Now, let me clarify. I'm not saying things that are dangerous or things that are too risky, like risking your livelihood, but when you're setting your goals, they should get you out of your comfort zone. A lot of us are just so scared to change our day-to-day routine. We're scared for a change of scenery, and you're not gonna grow that way. You need to do things that get you out of your comfort zone so you can grow. It's similar to when you're going to the gym, right? So you're working out, and maybe when you just started working out, then you start lifting 20 pounds. If you continue to lift 20 pounds, you're gonna become stagnant. Like you're not gonna see any results. You're not gonna see any progress. But if you start gradually increasing that weight, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds. Like, yes, it's gonna get harder. Yes, it's gonna be intimidating, but you're gonna grow with each new set of weight. So kind of think of that when you're setting your goals and when you're planning for things in life. I think that a lot of us limit ourselves. So don't limit yourself. Like, anything that scares you is probably something that you need to be doing when it comes to like your career goals, your life goals. So just keep an open mind and set the bar high so you do challenge yourself and create a life that you truly want to live. Okay, so number 4. If y'all been watching my videos, then you know how big I am on self-care. So my 4th tip is to create time for self-care every day. So this could be something as simple as like setting aside time to take a bath and listen to your audiobook, or setting aside some time to work out, setting aside some time to, I don't know, do your hair, do your nails, whatever. Set aside some time each day for yourself. Like, you will thank yourself and you will be so much like more pleasant to be around. Your mood will be better, your mental health will be better. Like, it really does work wonders. I have been working for a long time, like just, you know, outside the house, as we all have. And I got into this kind of rabbit hole of just working, coming home, eating, going to sleep, showering, and that was it. And I wasn't really making time to do things that I wanted to do. So every time I would like take a vacation or something like that, it was like I was almost deprived, you know, like I'm catching up on sleep and I'm catching up on things around the house and things that I wanted to do for myself. When in actuality, if you really want to do something, if something's really important to you, you will make the time for it. So if nothing else is important to you, then I mean, like yourself, like you need to make yourself an important priority. You need to be taking, there's 24 hours in a day, right? So you can afford to take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I would say at least an hour every day, whether that means you have to wake up earlier, whether that means you have to just kind of schedule it in, work with, you know, your spouse or whatever. You need to figure out some time during the day to just kind of dedicate to yourself, be by yourself, tend to your own thoughts, and I guarantee you, you will feel so much better. Okay, so the last tip that I have for building good habits every day is to find a reason to be happy every single day. Now, this is important probably now more than ever because we've got so much going on in the world. 2020 has by far been the craziest year I've experienced, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. So I think it's like really tough sometimes to see the positives when in actuality, a lot of us are more blessed in ways that others aren't. So if you don't do anything else, I think that every day you just need to kind of look at your situation, look at the things that you have in life. You know, things come and go, people come and go, and sometimes we just take the little things for granted. So one thing I do like to do on a daily basis, because I still have my little bouts with anxiety and stuff, I like to just kind of center myself and think about like, what am I grateful for? Like, I'm grateful for, you know, my fiance, for my baby, for my family, for my friends, you know, just things like that. I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to have food on the table. Like, things, again, that a lot of us take for granted because we just have it. There are some people that don't have all of that, you know, so take a moment every day and just kind of take inventory of everything that you have. I feel like when you create a sense of gratitude in your life for the things that you have, it just makes everything else that you gain that much sweeter. All right, you guys, so that is all that I have for today as far as just some good habits that we should be creating and working on while we're in quarantine and even beyond. If you like this video, please go on ahead and give me a thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you've gotten this far and you haven't subscribed, go on ahead and click that subscribe button now, please, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. With that being said, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.
Leave that dumb in the past. Leave that in the past. Leave that old in the past. Cause that old really trash. All the I hit before, nowadays I would've passed. Had a Regal, then I crashed. Then I read.